when we were planning our wedding, we really had, other than, of course, the core aspect of two becoming one, husband and wife, beyond that, I think we had three kind of sub goals. And that was uh, the first one was to witness our faith and kind of share, I guess, the good news that we've experienced in our lives with what Christ did for us. And so that was, I think we captured that really well with the ceremony that we had and
Yeah.
the prayers and the singing. And then you want to talk about the second one?
Oh, what was the second one?
It's tough to keep them in order. It's Colorado.
Oh, yeah, just sharing with our family and friends how great Colorado is and the mountains and just the great feeling we get being here.
Mm-hmm.
That
So that
was
was
fun to share
something.
that.
Yeah, that was something that Rachel shared with me because I hadn't had much experience with Colorado, and she always talked about how much she loved the mountains and wanted to potentially move to Colorado one day.
hmm
And then in the last 12 months, we've been here 6 times. So we've had some good adventures here and kind of grown a love for this. And so we kind of wanted to share that with our guests and family and friends and loved ones as well. And so I don't think this was intentional, but being on a Monday, it kind of forced people coming from other states to make a weekend out of it. So Rachel put some really good things to do together, and we're starting to see the pictures come in of hikes and tours and brewery visits and
hmm
breathtaking photos and come in from our friends and loved ones. And so I think we accomplished that goal as well.
Yeah.
And then the third one was just we both feel like we have such strong, supportive, loving, fun families and groups of friends. And we wanted to create an environment where those two really solid groups could interact.
Yeah.
And that was a lot of our highlights were people that we've known as a couple or individually forever, meeting other people that we've known forever,
And
and
having
just
an absolute blast.
and just hitting it off. And
Oh.
to the point where there was, so an example, I guess, was the cigar spot where there was um, a parent of one of my groomsmen, actually two of my groomsmen, but they had never met. My dad, my uncle, um, and they've just they hit it off so well and became such good friends. And we're just hoping they still invite us to things and not just do things together. So I think those are our three, and I think we're really happy with how it went. We wanted to share our faith, share our love for Colorado, and kind of
hmm
share the love and support that we felt into a bigger group. And I think that
hmm
came together really well.
Yeah, I think so too.
Okay. Do you have like a thank you message for everybody that came yesterday? Anybody in particular that you'd like to thank?
Mm. Probably our parents. Our parents would be the biggest ones because without them, probably would not be possible to be able to get to Colorado and have the whole weekend really, because it wasn't just the wedding night. We had a whole weekend of events. We had Saturday night in Boulder. We had a dinner party and sunset rooftop party at Avanti, and
Mm-hmm.
that was really fun. And that was completely planned by my mom.
Yep.
And then our our rehearsal dinner. We had a welcome party event after that on Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
And so we got to see all of our guests that came then.
Mm-hmm.
So we got to really mix and mingle, Saturday night, Sunday night, and then finally Monday. So being able to catch up with our friends, all before the wedding. So come the wedding, we were able to really just let go and have fun since we've talked to a lot of people before. But my mom definitely made a lot of that happen
Mm-hmm.
and planned a lot. And so my mom would be one of the biggest ones to thank
Yeah.
for making that possible.
Yep. A big thank you to Steve and Terry. They were kind of boots on the ground since they live in Minnesota with us, and we I kind of said it in my speech last night where if it was up to me to plan a wedding, I'd probably do an I'd probably get to it about a 7 or an 8 out of 10 and call it good. But then my biggest thank you is to you, who I guess values the experience that we were going to have for ourselves and for our guests, and not just settle for good enough. And that added a lot of small details that really added up to make it one of the greatest nights, the greatest night of my life, and from what I'm being told by our guests, one of the best weddings they've ever been to. So that's you, and then an extension of you is your family, and big thank you there. And thank you to my parents as well. They were in Michigan, so a little bit less able to kind of jump in for short notice things, but they provided input and guidance and stable ears and minds to run
Yeah.
things past when we were having issues, like the dress coming late and
Yeah. We had a
whole
lot of feel like everything before the wedding there's something wrong with everything. It was, you know, just a lot. So by the time the wedding day came, everything actually went smoothly, which was appreciated and surprising
right.
just because of how not so great everything went planning the wedding
Yeah.
with in the midst of I had a last final 5 days before the wedding,
Mm-hmm.
planning everything in grad school and working 2 jobs at Tria Urgent Care and dance team.
Right.
And then Josh trying to do everything else, trying to pick up all my pieces.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I shared this with one person last night, and I kind of regretted not saying it to a broader audience. But the timing's kind of funny because Rachel and my first date was August 20th, 2000. So we got married
2020. Don't date us.
August 20th, 2020. Sorry. So we've been together 3 years and 1 day on our wedding day. And I said, like, I've, of course, gotten to know you and fallen in love with you over those years. But I think during the wedding planning process, watching you balance that in grad school and your clinicals and trying to just fit in a little extra work where you could to help pay some bills. And this might not be a big deal to some, but raise a dog, which is a big big deal to us. During just this short time, it's kind of brought me a deeper realization of what you're capable of. And it's kind of, I guess, added a level of my appreciation for you and excitement for what we're able to do together, and excited to kind of we focused so much on the wedding, and we think it turned out so well. We're excited to kind of find the next thing that we can focus on like that, and I don't think we have any doubts that it will turn out just as well if we approach it together the same way.
Mm-hmm.
So really happy with that, of course. So I feel very fortunate to be married to you. But
Thanks.
the thanks could go on a long time. I think another one we have to thank is Father Connolly, Father Joe Connolly.
Yes.
So he's the priest that officiated our wedding. He's from Minnesota, and he alluded to it just a little bit in the homily, but the process of getting approval for a Catholic wedding outside of a church, outside of a state, and I'm Lutheran, so to a non-Catholic, it's quite the process. How many months do you think it took?
Oh my gosh. Well, I started at the process back in December, January,
Yes.
and we still didn't have absolute confirmation until probably a week before the wedding.
Right. So that was kind of a panic, as if
Is this gonna work?
we're
Can he
getting
marry
married,
us?
but is the church even going to recognize it?
Yeah.
Which is a big deal. So, but Father Connolly was supportive with us through that and helped us figure out kind of I don't know if politics is quite the right word, but there's a long process, including writing an essay, and he kind of coached us through that. And another aspect of the thank you for him is he spent 8 months working with us.
Yeah.
As we've worked to kind of really fine-tune joining our faiths, which are very similar, but our faith is the same with different churches.
Yeah.
So we appreciate all of his help and support with that.
Mhm.
And then his willingness to fly out to Colorado, and
He was
it's
all
just-
excited though, because when he realized he could come out, he's like, "Oh, I'm just," because we're like, "Oh, we'll pay for your room, we'll pay for your, flight." And he's like, "Oh, I already got a place to stay. I got someone to cover my Sunday
Yeah.
mass, and I'm gonna come out and see my priest friends, and I'm
Yeah.
gonna stay with them, and I'm gonna go down to Garden of the Gods." And he's had all these different things he wanted to do, and he was all excited about it. So
Yeah.
that got us excited that we just have another person who's excited to come out and kind of experience what I love so much about Colorado and kind of share that was really nice.
Right.
Um,
Yep.
which that comes to, for me, like coming back to one of my favorite parts of the day. There's a lot of them, but it wasn't captured because I made sure it was a little bit more private. But he was able to give me communion right before the ceremony, which
Mhm.
I really appreciated. That was really nice. We kind of were able to privately do that.
Mhm.
Um,
Yeah. So we're happy that he is close to us where we live. So I've
Yeah.
continued interaction with him, but he's been a big help. So big thank you there. I think another thank you that means a lot to us is Rachel's grandpa, George, coming out. And you want to share?
Yeah, it took
Maybe-
a lot, I think, for him to get out here because his knees aren't that great and he's getting older, so traveling is hard for him. And he still did it, got in the car, drove all 14 hours, and got here. And he was even on the dance floor,
because
hands up in the air, ready.
I think it was
He's
one of
having a
your
blast.
one of your favorite memories of the night.
Yeah, dancing with him.
Yep.
That was a great memory and then you came and danced with us too at the end, and he said, "You can call me Grampy."
Yep.
That means a lot coming from him. So,
Yep.
he welcomed you to the family that way. It
Mhm.
was special having him. He's my last grandparent alive, so the fact that he was there was really special. Yeah.
Mhm. Yep. And I think another really cool part of it was the flower girls.
Yes, our
So-
nieces and our godchildren.
Yeah. So my brother-in-law and my sisters, their daughters, and just the way that they were able to plan and kind of convey to us what the daughters would be able to handle and not handle, and kind of how we should orchestrate it, I guess, to have them at their best when we needed them. And then going hand in hand with that is their babysitter, Ashley, who came out with them. And
Mm-hmm.
Ashley was actually in my grade in middle school, and it's been a big part of our niece's lives and her ability to kind of take care of Madeline, the 1-year-old, and kind of still weave her in and out when appropriate and right on top of it
Mm-hmm.
when help was needed. And then, yeah, just Charlotte on the dance floor.
She was so fun. When we did the train, and she was just holding on to my butt because she couldn't reach my hips. She was holding on to my butt on the train.
Yeah, I think she's 4. I think this will be a big memory for her.
Yeah, I'm really happy.
Do you want to share
She's
what
so cute.
Kara told you today? What Charlotte said?
Trying to remember exactly how it was. She said something along the lines that Charlotte said she wants to have a wedding just like me someday, but
Just like Rachel.
just like me, but that she has to find someone she really, really loves. So maybe Mr. Steve,
Rachel's,
my dad.
Rachel's.
And he would love that. We have got to tell him.
Mhm,
But yeah, so I think we made an impact with little Charlotte.
mhm.
Yeah.
Yep.
It was great to just have the whole family together.
Yep.
Do you have any other favorite memories of the day?
Oh man, my groomsmen, their energy, the things they were doing on the dance floor, and I think we're gonna have a little hefty bill with Men's Warehouse. A little bit
Oh my gosh.
damage was done, but can't wait to check the footage with some of the things they pulled and
Yeah.
the speeches. I don't
Speeches were
think you could have
incredible.
topped the speeches.
Mm-hmm.
Cried a little bit. I knew I was gonna cry some, but I think every single one of your family members individually made me cry.
Yeah. Well, was it my dad when he came up, walked me down the aisle? So it's just me and my sister, and my dad's always wanted a boy. Oh,
I'm
you're
not gonna,
tearing
I'm
up.
not gonna say it. You say it.
And so I walked up, and he gave me a hug,
Shook my hand.
shook your hand, and what did he say? That's my boy.
Yeah.
That means a lot coming from my dad. He doesn't have a boy. He's always wanted one. I mean, he had 9 sisters. He was ready for a boy.
He said in his speech, like, I always wanted Rachel to play hockey. He made everybody laugh.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Yeah, the speeches and then all the dances were really special to me.
I think getting ready for me was really fun. 'Cause I was nervous. I feel like I was just shaking while getting my hair and makeup done and everything. But I think giving both moms, my mom and your mom, their gifts.
Yeah.
I think that was one of my highlights because that was so much fun.
Yeah, how did they react?
They were both crying.
Really?
I gave them, I'm a note writer, so I think my notes, well, I convey what I really want to say. And
Put your heart into it.
yeah. And gave them little jewelry dishes that have little poems on them.
Yeah.
They loved them. Yeah.
Yep.
And then
I'm very close with my mom. And we've been talking about our dance for years. And get real emotional. So all we could really do up there was hold each other and cry.
oh my gosh.
But I mean, I tear up when I see other father or mother-son dances. And
Yeah.
it's special.
It was.
So yeah, a lot of laughs, a lot of tears, a lot of love, a lot of good memories. And then, I mean, as far as thank yous, our vendors, I think we hit the jackpot with our vendors.
Oh my gosh, did we ever? Yeah.
Our DJ,
Marty.
Marty Nightingale on the
Oh my
saxophone.
gosh.
The way that some of our friends were interacting with him and just playing off the crowd and not just push and play on a song and
Oh, no. That live music was
making
that was worth
dramatic
it.
pauses. And this probably won't make the cut, but there was
Yeah.
one funny one in particular where everyone was dancing and there was like a pause in the song and he like stopped it to make it long and dramatic, and I saw a bug crawling on the floor. So there's like music and it was quiet and I go slap. It stomped on the bug and then the music started again.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, just the way he played off the energy, and
It was great.
I was pretty winded. I needed to take some breaks. I don't know if it was the altitude or
It definitely was both.
what. But then
Yeah.
we had a rock star crew of videographers and photographers, and 6 of them total. We actually got made fun of a little bit for that.
Yeah, we did.
The homeless, their cabin was looking down at our first look, and I won't be able to convey it as well as they said it when they were giving me a hard time. But they're sitting there just enjoying the morning, and like then Josh comes rolling up with his camera crew, 6 deep.
Yeah.
So we are thrilled to
We can't wait
see the
to see the
footage
footage.
and remember all the small details for the rest of our lives, and very thrilled with that. And then Black Canyon, we knew what we were getting into with Black Canyon.
And they
Amber.
definitely exceeded our expectations. They did such a great job.
Yep. Amber, our coordinator, and Corinne, who helped coordinate the food, and couldn't ask for more with the food. Matt from MC Square, the ice cream guy, I think that was a
Oh, that was a
hit. As
hit.
well. They're just a cool company.
That
so
was
I'm
so
glad
fun.
we got to kind of share that a little bit. And
Well, 'cause they made our own flavor just for us.
yep, customized.
So we
clean
made the
flavor.
red velvet mixed with cake batter.
Yeah.
And that was so good.
Because we didn't have a wedding cake, so we.
Yep. So that was our cake batter, the wedding cake. Other than the cake in my heels.
Right. We actually had a pair of heels. Was it
For the rehearsal dinner,
a clear heel with a wedding cake in the inside of it?
they were Kate Spade.
Yeah.
They're really cute.
So.
Those were a hit.
I could thank every single person that came, and I was thanking people all night for different reasons, and one of the reasons for a lot of them is just thank you for bringing it.
Yeah, everyone brought the energy. They didn't just come. they brought the energy.
Yep.
I mean, the energy was so high. We
Left it all
actually,
out there.
I think that was one of my favorite parts too, is at the end of the night, a lot of our vendors came up, even our, and they do so many weddings. Like Marty, our DJ, the guy who came with Marty, who played the saxophone, he said he's been
True.
doing weddings for 9 years. And they even said that just like they say, our ambiance of our family and friends
Yeah.
was just so genuine and so full of love. And they said they
Tight
don't
knit.
see that all the time with every wedding. So for them to comment on that made us feel really special. And we got that from a couple different vendors.
Hmm.
Maybe they say that to everyone.
Who knows? But I believe it.
Yeah, because
It
it
was
was
really special.
so fun.
I mean, we've been to a lot of weddings, and the first time I experienced it was at my sister's, which was, oh man,
A lot of fun.
7 or 8 years ago. Um, and they had just the atmosphere of their wedding, the dance floor. I just remember it being so full, and people of different ages, just joy, just having fun. And like been to a lot of weddings that are very fun, right? But it's usually like a certain demographic.
Mm-hmm.
And I really wanted that for our wedding as well. And we spent a lot of time working with the DJ and what songs and things to do. And I think we nailed it because I had that same exact feeling of just looking around. And you see Rachel's grandpa dancing over there and my best man dancing over there, flipping upside down. And
Little Charlotte dancing.
Charlotte twirling around, and
all ages around the dance floor, just
parents,
killing it.
and the song selection just got everybody engaged, and I just couldn't have asked for more. And then one of my probably favorite highlights was so we had our last dance, but then the last song where everyone was still there.
Mm-hmm. It was by Journey, right?
Journey, yeah.
What was it?
Don't Stop Believing.
Don't Stop Believing. Oh, that was
But
so
we were in the
fun.
middle, and there was just the whole size of the dance floor, just a ring of everybody that was there. And it means a lot to me, so it can be hard to talk about a little bit, but just like taking a step back and it's like looking around at all the faces.
Mm-hmm. It was really nice because, yeah, people weren't just there to dance. They were all so much energy.
Yeah.
Maybe it has something to do with all the booze we gave.
Yeah.
But everyone just
I think
10 out of 10 energy all around, and just seeing that.
they're just joy, and just to see all these
Yeah,
faces that mean
pure
so
joy.
much to you all in one spot. And yeah, we did hit our cash bar a little quicker than we thought we would.
Oh my gosh.
But
We got to add some more before we,
I think that's,
well, another big thank you to my mom. She added a little bit more before we went to cash bar. When our coordinator at the time, when we were planning the wedding, we had said the amount of people, we had 122 guests total. When I estimated there'd be 120.
yeah, pretty good.
But the coordinator had said, oh, with that amount of people, the amount that we put down, to cover all the alcohol, she's like, oh, that's going to be more than enough to even get through all the reception. Like that's going to be plenty. And we didn't even get to speeches, and we ran out. We were already hit our limit. So maybe we have some drinkers in the family.
Surprise.
Yeah.
I
was just surprised at the energy, I think, 'cause I've been to a lot of weddings. We both have. And just the level of energy all throughout the night. Like usually you see people leaving, or there's only a certain, maybe 10 people left on the dance floor by the end of the night, and we had everyone almost just dancing in high energy. And I think that was it was so fun. And then our bubble exit was really fun. I loved the bubble exit.
Grand exit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So overall, I don't think it could have gone any better, and by far and away the best day of my life. And
yeah. Best day of my life.
Thankful for all the love and support that we were showered with. And
yeah. We're very thankful for the people we have in our lives.
Mm-hmm.
Charlotte said it was the best day of her life, too.
Yeah, that means a lot.
I hope that holds true for a while.
Yeah, but we're excited to move forward as husband and wife, and with that strong support network that we have, and try to get as much of the group together again as much as we can. And yeah, got an exciting next year ahead of us. Rachel's in her last year of grad school and graduate, become a nurse practitioner, and sky's the limit from there.
He's never known me not in grad school, so
Sure.
this will
Four-year-
be
four-year program.
interesting
Yeah.
once I get out.
Yeah.
So I've been cutting costs on shopping. I don't really shop anymore that often because I don't work that much because I'm in school and all I do is school. And you don't know me outside of school.
Right. I'm sure it's lovely.
It's great. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think just one final thank you that I would have is we didn't really call it out, but we had a kind of a table set up and we called it like the love that went before us, where we had the wedding pictures of my parents and then my grandparents on each side, and same with Rachel's parents and her grandparents on each side. And we just are so blessed with such good examples of love that lasts and blossoms and creates beautiful things. And so we're very fortunate for that. And of course, we're wish that they all could have been there. And
Yeah.
some
They were all there in spirit.
Yeah.
That was my other last thing of the day too, is the rings that I have and got to wear. I have my grandma's ring that she gave to me after she passed, so my mom's mom.
Mhm.
So that's been mine, and I wanted to wear that for the wedding day. But my Auntie Lori, my dad's sister, gave me the 2 gold bands on either side to borrow for today, which is really special because they are my grandma's, so my dad's mom's
Mhm.
wedding bands, which is special to have, wedding rings of both of my grandmas, who are gone now, but
Mhm.
just kind of felt there with me
Yeah.
all day, which was really special. So I got my something borrowed and my something old
Yeah.
on my finger, they go together. So maybe someday I'll watch this video back and these rings will be mine. I don't know. But that was special to me to have that.
Mhm. Yep. Love you.
Love you too. My husband.
No wife. That's me.